what a surprise, a Pikachu. Well, let me tell you a small story regarding Pikachu. As I mentioned, Pikachu is one of those Pokemon we used to think he doesn't exist in Viridian Forest, but people keep saying yeah, he does exist. There is a Pikachu hidden, but he doesn't always appear. Another thing about Pikachu is one of those rare Pokemon that can learn Flash, which made it really appealing. And there was a misconception. Many people I know back then who played on emulators before it was accessible as today, but they only could play Japanese versions, claimed Flash supposed to be Thunder Wave, and Pikachu is one of those Pokemon that can learn it. Well, surprise motherfucker, Thunder Wave doesn't light Rock Tunnel, so I wasted a lot of time grinding Pikachu. I'm going to call him Flasher, because you know why. This is why Pikachu I'm going to catch for the sake of novelty. It's shit in this game, but early on where there are PGs and stuff, it has a small niche, as you can imagine, since it's one of rare Pokemon that at the start has immediately a stat move that isn't a normal type move. So Pikachu using Thunderbolt, it's kinda nostalgic, it's fun and stuff. So you can imagine, even if I'm not a big Pikachu fan, I wanted a Pikachu. Like everyone wanted a Pikachu. It's rare, it's cute, it can evolve to Raichu. One of the best, most challenging Pokemon in the game. Before you realized Raichu is shit. What we didn't know, Pikachu is also one of those Pokemon you didn't want to evolve immediately. Even in the anime, there was made an example that you better there's a risk versus reward. Either you evolve your Pokemon immediately for the raw power, or you wait to learn those amazing moves, which it won't once it evolved with a if it used a stone evolution. The exceptions to the rules are obviously the evolutions, who change types and start learning moves of that type. You don't want any annoying, boring, normal type moves that you can teach per TM in your way for your Jolteon's Thunderbolt and Thunder Attack, or your Vaporeon's Aurora Beam, or your Flareon's haha, nobody wants Flareon, at least not in this game, where you can only get one Eevee, and Flareon has no advantage over the other evolutions. And another reason why you don't want Flareon is because it's a fire type, and fire types are one of the Pokemon that suck ass. Think about it, what you're gonna kill with fire moves. Obviously for Charmander right now it's great, as you can see, because there are a bunch of bugs. You can defeat grass type Pokemon. You can defeat ice type Pokemon normally, but keep in mind there are only 2 ice types that take super effective damage from Flamethrower. All other ice types have subtypes that resist fire, though it's neutral. And fire doesn't resist ice in this game. There is no steel type, so fire types can't defeat any, have no firepower needs. And you don't want a... Regarding burn status, it's probably the least needed status in the game. Because if you want to play in games that damage roll, not sure if you want it. Sleep is far more powerful. Paralysis is far more effective. So fire types, even the Might Arcanine, are off in this game. But we are gonna catch some regardless. We shifted from Pikachu discussion. Well, Pikachu, as you can see, he appeared again because we are talking about it. It wants attention right now, but we are gonna kill it because we already have a Pikachu with a critical hit. Critical hit depends on speed, so the faster your Pokemon is compared to the opposing Pokemon, the higher your crit rate is. Is it some kind of joke? Why are so many Pikachus appearing right now? I don't want any Pikachu anymore. So the more levels we reach, the often we will crit with our Pokemon. And if you have a move like Slash and Razor Leaf, you will crit a lot. You will read a lot of more often that he did critical hit damage. Back then I didn't know that. I didn't know what critical hits even are. I mean, why would I care? I noticed the difference the first time when I played Generation 3. 3 generations later I noticed that wait, my attacks make 8. After there is written it was a critical hit, my move made a significant damage. So that's kinda hilarious. Chadrunner. Well, since I'm out of PP, so there's no reason to continue grinding. I wanted to grind and evolve my starter, but never mind. We already got what we wanted, which is grinding our Butterfree, Onixkiller. I can't believe I forgot his name for a second. Well, let's go and go to the gym. This should have been just a recording regarding that I finally got what I wanted. Hey, what's that Pokemon? It's Jigglypuff. It's dancing, how cute. Yeah, I just wanted to grind a little bit more while I'm off screen, and then I caught a Pikachu, as you saw. But yes, Onixkiller can already kill an Onix with its newly obtained Confusion move. Let's check it out. The first trainer we will use as a means to grind Charmander a little faster. We will beat a bunch of trainers because this time you're not going to abuse the new glitch. So don't worry. And the yellow one, we are going to use it. We are gonna use a bunch. Perhaps, I don't know. Should I? Why should I not? But that's a question for another day. I think I won't use the Mew glitch in the next one, because we're supposed to. Yeah, that's quite the head scratcher. I will think about using it. Let's focus on Bestmon killing the Sandshrew. Sandshrew is one of those Pokemon you can't catch in this game. Naturally, at least. Obviously, with the exploit of the Mew glitch, there is no obstacle preventing us to catch Sandshrew. Junior Trainer lost. Darn, light years isn't time, it's measured distance. Yes, did you think? Why is that even the case? I'm broke. No, I refuse to read. Wow. Let me tell you a story. Wow, look at that cross pose, what a chat. But in the anime, Brock is one of the biggest simps. And you know why? Because Brock is a simp who goes after any girl he sees and wants their phone number. But then he gets punished by secondary characters who usually don't matter. See, this is why Bestmon can't help it. This chat Geodude said, "Get out the ring." Look at this finger, how it shows to the other side. Get out, brother. I switched in the wrong Pokemon, but it doesn't really matter. We may as well take that EXP. I want to avoid using Onixkiller immediately. He is supposed to be in the back burner. Onix is one of the Pokemon that surprised me the most in this battle, or in this game overall. You would think, wow, this giant snows a rock snake. Why is it at the start of this game the first boss? How powerful is this? Will we ever obtain the power of Onix? And once you use it, you realize Onix is one of the most pathetic Pokemon in the game. It has less HP than Caterpie. It has less attacks than Oddish. It has less attacks than Pikachu. It's weaker physically than what you might call it, the Generation 5 electric bug with compound dice, which is known as a special attacker. Attack stat is 45, HP stat 35. Pathetic. Look at the damage this giant rock snake is going to lose against a butterfly. Level 12 butterfly is going to kill this giant rock snake. Bro, get out of here. You are pathetic. A boulder badge. Onix is one of the most disappointing Pokemon I have ever seen. Its stat distribution is one of the biggest nonsense, and there's a good reason why this Pokemon is got an evolution next generation. When you read the manga Pokemon Special or Pokemon Adventure, you see Onix fighting against Gyarados or Gyarados, whatever you want to call that dude. And you think yourself, wow, might be a bit of a reach because it's a rock ground type. But damn, they may be some equal in power if you ignore the type advantages. But the thing is, Onix is just too damn bad. Seriously. It's not even comparable to Gyarados. It loses to a freaking butterfly. If you start this game without the best Pokemon, Charmander, your turtle will throw a few bubbles in the dice. Your onion your onion toad is gonna whip him with some wine whips and it dies. Throw a few leaves, it dies. What the fuck? Pikachu loses because Pikachu sucks. It doesn't have any special moves that hit it for neutral damage, so there's that. But if Pikachu knew a psychic type move, for instance, Onix would be dead in a few turns, while Onix can do shit to Pikachu. Do you get what I mean? When I owned Onix, I was expecting a lot more. He has Construct. I mean, Bind. It was, I think, that what looks like Wrap, but worse. You can trap an enemy, then teach it Hyper Beam and finish it off. That's type of strategies. But you can't do that with Onix, because Onix is that bad. I am really out of words. Why did I use Growl? I wanted to use Ember and burn this rat's ass. The first Pokemon that Brock sent out, the Geodude. It has far more attack. What do you think has more attack? A giant rock dude or a giant snake? A small rock dude or a giant snake? Obviously it's a giant snake, you would think, but it's not even close. Oh no, I got poisoned by the snake. Well, enough of that. Let's get to kicking butt of these little kids. Bestmon is evolving, and this is the problem I'm talking about. Look how good Charmander looks. Now it's becoming my favorite, one of my favorite Pokemon, and then looks like this. But this isn't even the worst part. Seriously, it's going to get even worse. Just take a look. I'm going to send out this Charmeleon and take a good look at his back sprite. Oh, a weasel, I'm gonna die. It looks like Barney's a dinosaur. What the fuck? What a stupid shit is that? Kokuna looks pretty intimidating in this game, like it's pointing its giant needles at you. But it was cut back in the anime adaptation and modern games to make the monsters more kid friendly, as we defeat and burn all these bugs away. Maybe I should switch out back to Chadrunner now. I'm talking to the trainers immediately to decrease the time lags between that exclamation point coming out and the Pokemon trainer walking at me. Let's kill this caterpillar, which is apparently a wall. Yes, you see, this is the problem with this game. It's really defying all expectations. I guess it's reasonable that Onix is so weak because it's an early game boss, so you have to balance it somehow, since its defense is so monstrous, so large. But I think there could have been a better way to do that. And in later generations where Onix isn't a threat anymore, they could have given us proper stats for him. But they didn't. Onix is just that pathetic. Chadrunner got another level, just a few more and we have a Nidoking. Why Chadrunner is called Chadrunner is because it's the most powerful early game Pokemon you can get, and speedrunners obviously abuse it. But more on that later. Let's talk about Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is one of those Pokemon I always wanted, and you can catch it in this route. What I didn't know is that Jigglypuff can only have Sting at the start, and that pissed me off. However, Jigglypuff has a wide variety of learnable moves. Like, no joke, it's very colorful. Why does this shit Pokemon learn Poison Sting, Chadrunner? Why? Well, never mind. Let's continue. Whatever you think, in this route you can find a Jigglypuff that only knows Sting for some reason. We are not going to catch a Jigglypuff. The dude here is trying to sell me a Magikarp. We are not going to use a Magikarp, because grinding in this game for Magikarp is a nightmare. And if you have a rod, you can get 100% anywhere where there's water a Magikarp at level 5. So why should I pay money to get the same result? It makes no fucking sense. Let's escape from this Geodude. Here is a TM12. It's Water Gun. Water Gun will be useful later to teach it to my Chadrunner for a temporary Geodude cleaning session. He will be somewhat of an HM slave until we catch the Pokemon we need for the team. We get rid of this Pokemon and we get rid of this one. It's Super, one of the most annoying Pokemon. I once traded my cousin evolved Zubat so he doesn't have to grind to Golbat. He didn't use it because 1. It doesn't listen to him, and 2. Golbat was so weak it didn't even do shit that early in the game. his moveset is just that terrible. The thing is, you just don't want it. It's that awful. Here we have Team Rocket members. And this is a Paris. Paris is really rare in this portion of the game. So usually it's a good choice to catch it. But we are not going to catch a Paris. We are gonna kill a Paris. So there's a difference. It's dead. Bestmon showing again to be the MVP. HP up. I'm going to increase the HP of my best Pokemon. Because I'm that much of a Chad. Not gonna preserve anything, everything goes to Bestmon. To make sure everything goes smoothly. Because Chadrunner, while he is an suitable ally, an important component to the team, he is just a temporary ally. Because we are not speedrunning this game. Yes, Zubat is just bad. The only times Zubat and Golbat really bear a burden is when you when it outspeeds you and you fought several of them. That means they spam Confuse Ray or Supersonic, and after 20 encounters, at some point you have racked up so much damage from hitting yourself that they eventually take you down. Individually, Zubats and Golbats suck ass in this game, especially because wing attack is just 35 base power compared to the now known 60 base power. Hey, a Clefairy. Clefairy is another really rare Pokemon. It's much better than some other Pokemon we will encounter here. It knows Growl, as you can see. It learns similar moves to Jigglypuff, but it's generally a far better Pokemon. It has better stats, pretty much, and it can actually abuse its special move. Let's see where we can go if we enter here. Another Zubat, of course. But I'm surprised we managed to see some variety in this run. The cave today is very generous. And we got another level for our Chadrunner. That means only one level left. And you know what's gonna happen. Exactly, Chadrunner is going to evolve to Chadrunner 2. Look at that damage, that was a critical hit and it still survived. At this point we got quite a decent opponent. TM0O. Let's see what that is. It's Mega Punch. So we're gonna teach it to Bestmon. I have to be careful because I am known to click quite fast and quite often. We are going to get rid of Growl because Growl sucks. And Mega Punch it is. We are going to take care of this Team Rocket guy and then we move on. Hey, it's a Paris, let's kill it, like always. There are several times we have that he just crit me. That's quite unlikely to get it. But yeah, even slow Pokemon can eventually crit. We are pulling here a big job here, get lost kid. Team Rocket. I liked them in the anime, and I was so disappointed when I got this game and Jesse and James are nowhere to be found. Like, when you think of Team Rocket, they are the first people you think. And yeah, here you see in action how it is to battle a Zubat that survives an attack. This is how it managed to defeat Chadrunner. And now I realized it was a mistake to keep him fighting. Let's scratch it. But this Pokemon isn't even worth a flamethrower. Not that I have that move. Let's take a look at Mega Punch. Yeah, the damage is nice though. But we better finish it off quickly before we get poisoned or wrecked. Poison is quite annoying already, but Reb is one of the most annoying moves in this game. I don't have to tell you why, do I? Well, Reb is a trapping move of the worst kind, alongside Clamp, which you see never, and Bind, which Onixes have, so you don't see it ever, and that other move, Fire Spin, which is very unreliable. It wastes turns, several turns where your Pokemon can't attack and your opponent can chain the move over and over again and combine it with another move to take you down, and the damage is so minimal it feels tedious to battle someone with Rap. It's a real nightmare, and it pissed me off as a kid. One of the things I super disliked about Generation 1. Obviously I wanted the power of Red for myself, but eventually I realized that the NPC has no emotion, so you're wasting your time using Red over and over again with your Ekans, with your Dratini at Dragoran, Dragonite, Dragoneer, your Victor Bell if you are lucky and have that game called Pokemon Blue or Yellow. We are obviously playing Red, where there is no Victor Bell for us to obtain without that you know what. Well, let's move like this and this. I have to say, we have seen quite a bit of Paris, which is pretty unusual, I must admit. Usually I see far more Zubats and Geodudes. Once you are paralyzed, a confused better run away. There's no point in fighting Zubat. And with that Pokemon, it's another Zubat. It surprised me how it can take a horn attack from my Chadrunner. A speedrunner would have already used this rare candy I picked up. Not gonna do that. We need we will perhaps use it somewhere else for someone else. But one we have always to keep in our mind, in our bag, for a certain reason. Come on, Chadrunner. Just give me all with that Pokemon. Someone doesn't want me to pick up that item. It's too bad. Obviously. Let's horn attack his ass. I just realized how weak this Pokemon is. But now we can finally evolve. But look, I have a special surprise for you guys. Because we are never going to battle with Chadrunners. This form from Chadrunners is a temporary form. Because right now we found a Moonstone, which we'll use immediately to reach Chadrunner's final form. Look at this Chad you are going to see. There's a reason why we call it Chadrunner. Nidoking, the king of all needles. Will we ever find out what a freaking needle is? Perhaps not. Let's teach it water gun and get rid of Poison Sting, because Poison Sting sucks ass so much I can't bear to see it. Now even the rocks can't annoy us. Chadrunner looks like a real Chad right now. And we are going to move to the end of this cave. Let's see how much Chadrunner's Horn Attack does now against this level 17 Pokemon. Like, the power between Nidoran and Nidoking is like night and day. So obviously we're going to finish it off with ease. I'm really excited to test the power of Nidoking for ourselves. Finally a Geodude to one shot. It's saying get out of the ring. But nobody tells Chadrunner what to do. Make it wet, brother. You lost to a freaking water boy, and you dare to challenge us again. But don't worry, we will humiliate you the often you want. Well, this is good practice for English speak. Eventually I will get the hang of it and master the English language. Horn attack, and down it goes. Critical hit. You again. Look at your hair. That looks like somebody plucked out all your hair from your head. Man, you look ugly, Geodude. He is not a generic dude, he's a Geodude. Geographic dude. What do you have to say, Team Rocket member without name? His name is Rocket. Man, your punchman kind worthy. He goes for the quick attack. Gonna attack him with the horn attack. Unsurprising how this Nidoran Rattata just survived. You know, Nidoran and Rattata look kinda similar, but both look like small mollusks. And now he's sending out a freaking super. Too bad. My Pokemon is pretty strong. Better close the window, some idiot is yelling outside. And here we are close to the end. We will take care of this Zubat and then beat up that nerd. Hey, stop. I found these fossils. They are both mine. Dude, sharing is caring. Better give me one of those. He wants to fight, and he is sending out Glimmer. Glimmer has pretty good special defense and defense. We are going to horn attack it. He is pounding our Nidoking. What a chat. He wants to go to a gangbang party or something. But Chadrunner is no homo. He eliminates that guy without trouble. And this ball is trying to screech me. Voltorb is one of those weird Pokemon, where in the anime you knew it's an electric type, because it discharged the whole time. But apparently in this game it can't learn any electric moves per level up. What the fuck was I thinking? You have to waste your precious TMs to give it some decent moves. That's really disappointing and discouraging, because TMs, especially the good ones, the electric type ones, are pretty difficult to get. Well, not difficult to get, but more so rare. You can use them just once, and you're going to use it on some stupid whatever. Let's pick one. Helix Fossil that becomes an Omanyte that evolves to Omastar, or do I pick Caputo and that turns into Caputops? Again, a easy choice. I pick the Helix Fossil because I like snails. And he picks the other one. And in this game, Omastar is much better. And with this, we are finished with Mount Moon. Going to Cerulean City. They're not trying to hide that something is hidden here. And it's a great ball, one of my favorites. No, exploration here is pretty kind. Because you have to know that once you jump from the ledges to Cerulean City, there is no way to jump back. So you better pick up the items you find here, like this TM, which is TM4 for Velvent, one of the worst TMs. But I'm not complaining because it's free money. I was certain you could get TM for Mega Punch, but apparently I was wrong. I meant Mega Kick, not Mega Punch, because we already picked up that TM. So, at this bike shop, you can buy a bike. and something nice happens. Or not. Let's try again. That save fixed the glitch. Yes, now it's working. It's the instantial text glitch. I'm going to use it to save some time, if you excuse me. Gonna sell this. And we will walk to the Pokemon Center and heal up. Yes, we want our Pokemon to be healed, not joy. So far we have quite a decent team. What can I talk about next? Here in this house you can trade the Poliwhirl you have against a hideous Jinx. Here in this place there is a hidden rare candy known in Schoolyard Secrets. Pretty fun stuff. Like me on the truck, these things were the usual thing. Now we see here is a pleb. He is going to use some new Pokemon against us. The first is Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto is the evolution of Pidgey, the Pokemon that we beat up a few times. He has quick attack to outspeed Pokemon that are usually faster than him for the trade of damage, but it's usually stronger than tackle. That's why you teach it over it. It's a nice move. Then there's this Abra, who only knows teleport. He always tries to escape in the world, but because it's a trainer Abra, it's pretty useless. What you usually can do is switch between your entire party to share the experience at the end. That's a nice thing when you're battling against him. Rattata can learn Hyper Fang, which has a pretty impressive base power for an early move, which makes Rattata and Eradicate pretty good Pokemon for the early game. Now we see his Turtle still hasn't evolved despite being level 17. But he has learned Water Gun, which is twice as powerful as his Barbel. But with all the speed decreasing advantages. But nothing difficult for our mighty king. Exactly. Smell you later, pleb. We are going to switch out our Pokemon because Chadrunner is taking all the spotlight. And he isn't even a permanent member. So we're going to switch out to our starter Pokemon, who is the real star of the show. The Birdcatcher is sending out his Caterpie. We're going to burn it to the ground like we always do. Which is a shame, because these guys never going to get some screen time. Next Pokemon is Weedle, and like always we will burn it down. And with this, Bug Catcher is eliminated. The next trainer is Alas. Some weird spunk girls who want to try to get your lunch money. she still uses a PG, showing that she is still also inferior to the to the pleb we defeated earlier. This PG knows ghosts, which I keep mispronouncing. Ghosts in Generation 1 used to be a normal type move, and as you can imagine, obviously it was useless against bug types in Citric Gold. There were way too many normal moves, and she just poisoned my best Pokemon. Now we have to deal with some flickering. Excuse me everyone. Now this guy. Is he another bag catcher? No, it's a teenager who likes shots, I bet. Using his red hat like youngster Joey. But he isn't not youngster Joey, so we are going to show him a mega punch. There's an interesting mechanic in this fight. In Generation 2 and 1, if you kill a Pokemon while you are poisoned or burned, you skip the poison and burn damage turn. Like this. And now we are going to use Ember, getting the crit, taking the poison damage, switch to Scratch and finish off the Ekans, and don't take the burn damage. Now he sends out Zubat and we are going to use a Mega Punch. We were hiding behind our bag and critical hit his ass. Now we are at Red Ball, but we need to be careful. The advantage of Red Ball I already mentioned. We can ignore the level up jingle and get some nice level ups, and the pace of the battles move a little quicker. Ooh, a level 16 PG. Going to use that Gust and finish off my best Pokemon. So we're going to switch to Chadrunner here. Chadrunner is going to use the Tornado Tank and finish off this annoying Birb. Now he's sending out his Nidoran, but too bad, we have a mighty Nidoran. She's trying to beg my Pokemon to hold back a little because she's a girl. And it works. Nidoking is holding back because she doesn't want to damage his subjects. But at the end, he doesn't give a damn. We are going to get back. We have beaten 4 trainers and heal up our Pokemon. We really don't need to, but I want to, so it doesn't really. Whatever. Thank you to Nurse Joy. Well, how was your day today, everyone? Did you enjoy yourself? We still didn't catch a PG, but it's only a matter of time before we do. Now it's a Pathfinder or Junior Trainer, doesn't really matter. I will just burn it, his Monkey Peak. What the fuck were they thinking come up with that design? I'm surprised it takes the attack so well, but because of the high crit rate, we defeat it. So the last trainer is this guy, who is thanking us. back in the day, what annoyed me is this nugget, which are golden balls in Japanese. One of the most useless items I thought, but the main purpose of nuggets is to sell them to get money. But eventually we get so many items that do the same thing that it get kinda annoying, if you get what I mean. It's another snake. Ekans is snake spelled backwards. I can't believe they were this uncreative, and it took us so long to realize that. Ekans is pretty weak in this game, like in all games. Like, it has no abilities, all it can do is rap. Poison moves suck ass, and its coverage isn't really the best. It learns Earthquake, if I recall, but that's as fast as it goes. We could be a top leader at Team Rocket. What a nice offer he had for us, and we just rejected his ass. If you didn't realize, this is TM45, which gives us Thunder Wave. We could teach it Pikachu, but it won't light up the cave we were talking about. So yes, the guy was lying. With the Mew glitch, you get quite a plenty of useful Pokemon in these areas. Like, one trainer is pretty much triggering an encounter with a level 7 Lapras, which is pretty good for this early in the game. Because while Lapras has a slow level curve, if you can level it up this early, you get a powerful ally compared to what happens late game. Without glitches, obviously. With the missing no glitch, you can just skip many of the training sessions and have a powerful coverage owning Pokemon on your side. Next is this. The trainer above us is the triggering the Mew encounter. Another trainer lets you encounter a Nidoking in this area. And if I recall, someone also lets you catch a Gengar, but I'm not certain if it was here. It's been a while. I abused the Mew glitch on almost every trainer I encountered. Next is Nidoran, female. We are at Red Bar. Now every time we get a critic level up, we can skip the jingle, but we wasted it and going to die through that poison sting, sadly. So Chadrunner will finish this girl off with a mighty horn attack. And that game set a match. Now this is a pretty difficult one, where we have to decide who we defeat. And I think I will choose this guy. Which Pokemon does he have? It's Rattata. Chadrunner is going to Mega Hornet. I think that's some decent damage we are dealing here. Now he sends out Ekans, one of the worst Pokemon in this game. Surprising. Like, there are so many poison types and they are all bad, even if, you know, psychic types didn't exist. Like poison type is a free psychic type kill thingy. Literally a bait for psychic types to attack it. Look how cute this Oddish is. I wonder what I should call our Oddish once we catch it. Get used to seeing absorb a lot. Oddish needs quite a while before it learns something useful. You're going to use a 20 base power special move over and over again. Next is Pidgey. We are going to horn attack it here and take it out. And the last one is another Oddish, which is a weird combination. Let me take a sip from my water. So now we enter Bill's house and help him. He turned into a Pokemon. And he click yes and he gets inside this weird thingy. But we use the teleporter thingy on him. And talk. He owes us a ticket. You know what annoys me about items in this game? Your bag can only hold 20 items, and most of the items are temporary use. Once they fulfill their use, they are completely useless, like this one. You get on a boat, you travel with the boat. Actually, strange thing, you don't travel with the boat, you are just on a boat, you get out of the boat and the boat disappears without you. Probably to the Johto region, where you could have caught some Awati or a cute ferret and used it in this game, but no. That's not what happened. Hey, what happened here? Everything is in chaos. Never mind, let's get away from here. Well, yes, this is how it ends. I lost the train of thought for a bit, saying that awful living room. Yes, there is, and the ticket is quite useless after that. Just put it in the box, and you're going to do that with quite a lot of items. Let's get inside this. Thank you, officer, for your kind work. I'm wondering if they did anything else here. Let's beat this guy up. It's a Machoke. Machoke is one of those Pokemons I used to look up. It wanted to use a dinosaur bodybuilder, but in this game he looks hideous, and that's nothing compared to his evolution. Another problem is that fighting types suck ass in this game too. They are almost completely useless. They don't learn any good moves to use in the in-game run. Meanwhile, you have something like Drowsy, who, despite being an inferior version of Kadabra, hits like a Chad. Why am I missing freaking Mega Punch? It's getting ridiculous, and we lost. I have no choice. Chadrunner, I choose you. We have the type disadvantage, but Chadrunner is a Chadrunner, so it cancels itself out. And with this we have defeated Team Rocket. Fun fact, the people never want this item back or recognize it, so we are going to use it as if it's already our possession. It's Dig, and obviously we're going to teach it to the Bestmon we have. And the move we're going to get rid of is Leo, because Leo sucks. The interesting thing is Dig is as powerful as Earthquake, if I remember correctly, and it's quite powerful attack for demonstration purposes. I would normally use it right now on the gym to show you the difference in power, but I have decided to use it later. We are going to go have a party first and then deal with it later. Exploration, we are going to explore a little and so on. I think I have played a little too long than I expected. Well, never mind that. I think this lady would normally ask you for a needle rand. Yes, there you can get the other needle. I don't know where the items were in this place, but sometimes people lose items when they walk between here and there. And if you click the A button the whole time, eventually you find that item. This is the place where we can catch that infamous level 17 PG. I'm going to grind here a little bit. Or will I think I will come here later, because there are plenty of trainers that want my blood, like this one. We will defeat it a bit real quick. Her first Pokemon is a PG. We are going to punch it in the face. And it missed. Well, then we just burned. I didn't want to punch it anyways. Like, have you tried punching a bird? That's not easy as it looked. Now we are at Red Bar. You know the advantages of that special stage, where your opponent can't do much damage, where you can level up quite easily. I think I will hard switch here to Flasher, so I can get a safe switch in. I wanted a safe switch in, and this bird is just throwing pocket set at my Pikachu's face. Why are you doing this? Are you a sadist? Just a reminder, Sand Attack isn't a ground type in this game. Well, by mistake I switched back to Bestmon. Better switch him out and take Chadrunner back. Tanks at quick attack. By the way, the trainers know exactly what you're doing. If you switch your Pokemon out, they know what Pokemon is going to come in. The trainers are sadist. You can switch out your fire type into a ground expecting a grass move, but you're going to hit by a water move or ground move from Venusaur. Like I said water move because I couldn't think of something. It was just an example, it doesn't really matter if it's realistic or not. At least not in this case. Spearow can't learn quick attack, but we are going to switch out anyways, because we are so low in health. If this bird survives, it smells trouble. Fury attack is another annoying move that takes up too much time, not turns, because it hits a few times and telling you how much it hurt. There's a broken mechanic obviously, which is once after you critical hit with your Fury attack, all remaining consecutive hits will be critical hits. That's the nice thing about that move back in the day. And with this we have defeated all our enemies. Here's a Pokemon Center, but before we enter it, here we can get a rod, but we don't want to because we don't want to catch Magikarps. And here we can heal our Pokemons, as you can imagine, because this is a Pokemon Center. There are other advantages, like here for instance you can trade your tired bird for a Farfetch. So let's see how it looks like. Goodbye tired bird, I'm tired of you too. Kinda excited how this new Pokemon looks like, because back then this is the first time and probably the only way to see and get a Farfetch, and this is what it will look like. Are you excited? I was really excited back in the day, and this is what we got. Damn, is that ugly. Like the ugly ducklet. Did you know Farfetch is supposed to have an evolution? Now he has one, but his Galarian form has one, but not your average one. Back in the day where I was loving to collect my TMs, I went to the Diglett cave above to catch myself a Diglett or Duck trio. There, if you manage to surf somehow, you can get that nice, you know what, Mew truck, which don't have Mew inside. Sorry to bug in. Here I had the pleasure to see quite a few Pokemon, but I'm going to cut the recording now.